Big old water snake right there, man. Yeah, we think. Boom. How's it look? For sure?
Yeah, in the water.
Okay. Wow. Good morning, everybody, from here on the Thai farm. And it seems my wife has been busy on the snake patrol. So she's going to put my coffee down so I can render her assistance. Well, my cats are here. And she's over here. Wait, hold on. You got him? Hold on, let me get him. I got him. I got him. Nice. Whoa, big old water snake right there, man. But she was brave enough to grab him amidst the pakbong. Damn, man. Well, let me see if I can get him. I'll wait a minute. He's tied up in all the. I should better put my camera down. I better get. There we go. It's a camera, bro. See that? He bit the camera, bro. So he's currently on his way. I gotta set the camera down. Yeah. What a guy, huh? Good morning, Craig. Welcome home from Bali. All right, man. Let me dispatch him out to the other guy's property. I'll get right back at you. Wow. Well, that was exciting. First thing, he was a big one too. And he definitely is a big old fish eater. My wife goes out here. We put this out here before we left for Bali to, you know, kind of keep the birds away. My one over there is still over there. All that was fell down, so I had to pick it up yesterday. You can see all the fish teeming at the top because my wife comes out here and feeds them in the morning, right? And wow, look how big that guy is. I don't know if you can see that. Those orange ones. Damn, they've only been gone 6 days. And those orange ones look like they're already 2 inches bigger. But anyway, she comes out here and feeds them. And she saw that snake down here, you know, eating on fish. Well, there it is, folks. There is the first, right there by my thumb. That is the first lily in the pond that has returned since before. And you remember what it looked like before, right? Boom. Those were all the those were all the lotus flower lilies. These are the, I guess they call them lotus, but a lot of plants. And to me, these were more invasive than the pink lotus and the white ones. But my wife now says she'd rather have these because, you know, with those pink lotuses, And those white ones, we always have to get in the boat and cull the herd, so to speak. You gotta go out there and, you know, cut them all. She's the one who did it, honestly. I mean, I did it when it got really out of hand, but she'd go in there and she'd have to cut a boat or two full of those to keep them from, you know, creeping over the entire pond. And they're actually kind of spiky. They have, you know, like spikes on the stems and stuff like that, so they are a little bit of a nightmare to do. But these over here, these are the ones that you eat, actually. So and those, the pink ones, they individually have growth into the bottom of the pond, whereas these ones are spider growth. I think I might show it on previous videos, of course, but the bulb in the bottom, and it has like 15-20 arms coming out, and that will produce the flowers. And these are the ones that you can eat. You know, they're super smooth, easy to just pull up the whole thing if you wanted. And you know, so she wants to keep these. It'll be easier to, you know, to cull the herd on those or whatever. But anyway, she was out there, yeah, she saw that snake, and so she knew I was sleeping, which I probably was. She went there and grabbed that snake pole, and she grabbed it, and she was just holding it under the water. And she saw me come out, and she goes, "Get the camera." She knows that I like the camera. Which normally I would expect her to be screaming and saying, "Kill it, kill it." So, but she grabbed it, and she held it underwater, and she was attempting to drown it. And it probably would have worked if I wouldn't have come out, and she would have just stayed right there, dude. She wouldn't have moved, because she wouldn't have liked to pick it up and have it, you know, moving around her and stuff like that. So she would have just picked it up. I mean, she would have just left it there and kept checking, see if it was drowned yet. Oh, water's full. That looks cool. Still full there. We had big water problem last night. Not big water, but when, you know, we had our sister watching the house for the week, and her husband and whatever. And but the water tank ran out of water. I guess she hadn't replenished it or whatever. But anyway, it was like, what? So we got home, there's no water. And then it started pouring in rain. So I was out here in the middle of the rain. I had to transfer the clean water from here into the empty blue tank here. Make sure the water was clean. And it was coming out real good. And the small blue tank was empty. So, yeah, and so we're filling the, you know, the cement filter tanks to fill the blue tank, but then, you know, it fills it very slowly actually. So I did my transfer on the blue tank to the new piping system. Anyway, yada yada yada. I was soaking wet for probably an hour or so while I did that. This is the water, perfectly clean still. The water. Usually I pour a cup. Whenever I transfer the water, I'll pour a cup of it out just to test it, and it tested fine. And also to let it wait, because if it had particles in there, then it would have already been like yellow or something this morning. But it wasn't, so it did. So good water. We're good to go. Although I do have to fix this bathroom in here. The I don't know if I used an old one or whatever, but the flush handle's all bent up in there, and the whatever you call that, plunger. Yeah, that thing is not looking good either. So, but you buy them all in one kit, right? It comes all new things. I'm gonna go down and buy a whole new set for that, make it all nice and new, so that it fills up correctly. And the, what do you call that? The stopper on the bottom, that was the problem. Here before was the stopper didn't fall right, and so it would leave the water open. And if you've ever had that before, you know that it just keeps the pump on because it's trying to fill and it can't fill. I think that's actually what happened over here. So I gotta fix that one. So I'm gonna try and fill that blue tank more today. So it's a full reserve of a couple weeks of water. And which I probably should have done before we left for Bali. Should have gave full weeks reserve. But if that thing was always on because of the stopper was loose or whatever, then it wouldn't have mattered. It probably would have drained because it would have been pumping, and it would have pumped all what was that, 1,000? I think it's 1,000 gallons or 1,500. I mean 1,000 liters or 1,500 liters, that blue one, and then the other little blue one is 500. So I probably would have made that disappear in a few days. But it's good to be back home where the snakes are. And that water snake, like I say, it was a big boy. So he was probably, I don't know, that's closer to 77, no, we're upper 70s in terms of the last 2.5 years. So not just water snakes, of course, but yeah. If you didn't watch my Bali video, you should watch that because it's pretty cool. I mean, you know, if you like Bali shots, Bali seems to be greener than Thailand. Of course, I haven't been back to Khao Yai and some of the other places, but it was definitely cool. Small roads, massive greenery. Very cool. We did a time lapse of my sunrise from our villa. That was kind of cool too. I'm shocked though that my wife was snake wrangling. She usually see it and she'll hightail it out. She would have ran over there and woke me up and said, "Craig, he's just snakes." But she didn't. Probably because they were out there. It was out there eating her babies. This is out there, you know, that's money out there, right? Those fish. So like, you know, you messing with my money, key. So she stepped up to the plate, got it. Didn't scream and yell for me, just waited, because she knew I'd be getting up soon, getting my coffee and coming down here to join her. And also, I don't know if she knows that you can drown a water snake. But the way she was holding that underneath the water, it's probably one of those things that's passed down in Thai farming. Hold it underwater. But I think it'll be a while. I think it might even be 30 minutes or something. I'll have to check that out. Google it. How to drown a water snake. I can't believe that thing bit my camera. Whoa there. But you could probably see that it wasn't really squished, you know. It was trapped in there, but and when I took it out, it didn't have no marks. There was some scaling a little bit, but he was feisty. So, and those guys are super resilient. I mean, they can swallow a giant fish, bro. A giant fish. So their skin and the movability of it and everything, and the recoverability probably, because those fish have big ass spikes on them and stuff. So catching them with that with that fish catcher. She didn't put the little foam grabbies on there, and probably wouldn't have been able to hold him if she did. But that fish is all right. I mean, that snake was all right. Pissed off because he got caught for sure. Striking back at my camera. And we looks like we picked up some harvest this morning. You know what that is, right? That's soursop? No, not soursop. You know what those are. I do too, but you know, 38, I don't know, 39 fruit trees on the farm now. I tend to lose track of what everything's called. Except bananas. I know my bananas. Actually, no, I take that back. We have like 6 different kind of bananas, so I don't know that either. I got Chiquita, and I got small ones. That's my thing right there. He's over there. He's taking a crap. And if you watched my previous video from Bali, you'll know that is cappuccino. I should find out that domestic cats actually can produce coffee. Boom! That'd be a bonanza. I'm still in my pajamas, so I'm gonna have to change my clothes and get on that water. It'll probably be an all-dayer. And I'll be soaking wet, so welcome. All right, man. Let me get back at you. Some more waterworks here on the chat bar. Look at the rice, man. Look how green that is, man. Yeah, some rain coming. I just love looking at the green rice, man. It's freaking awesome sauce right there. Oh, and it even tastes better. Well, I did go get my hair cut just a minute ago, and switch the tanks back over, so fill it up. We're all good for water. I don't have to worry about that now for a minute. And if you watch that previous video, remember I was making that box with the mirror for the what is it, you know, for the bathroom. I guess you can kind of call it a shadow box, mirror box. Anyway, this is kind of where I was, I think, in that video. I didn't attach the doors, but I did that this morning after I took that part of the snake video. I attached the doors. It was kind of difficult because, you know, as it is, this is the old window, right? And the wood is thin, actually, for the door part. And the way it was laid up against the 4 pieces of wood that I, you know, salvaged from the other one, though those pieces are also not the same size. And so I actually wound up reversing hinges. I wound up having this hinge. This is a reverse hinge, actually. Or no, yeah, and that's a layover. So I wound up being able to put the hinges on kind of in a manner that allows the doors to close flush against the inconsistent wood. But I'm gonna, you know, it opens up fair enough. Oh, easy enough. And now all I really need to do is I'm gonna get magnets for the top and bottom, strong magnets for the top and bottom, and I'm not gonna put a handle on it. I think I can just pull it off the magnet from the bottom and probably be sufficient. We'll see. If the magnets are too tight, then and I want to put a bar in the middle, right? Because there's going to be a mirror behind there. But I'm moving this over here. What I am going to do now, as I mentioned in that previous video also, is I'm going to make the shelf, right? So I can put stuff in there, like a medicine cabinet. And I found this old piece of wood. It's broken, of course, and well, I mean not broken, it's chipped out on the side. It's probably an old piece of my dang or whatever, but it turns out to be almost the exact size I kind of need. I'm gonna put it probably right about here, it'd be fine. And then I have these other small pieces I had left over from before. I'll just cut them down. I think I'm probably gonna make 3. 1, 2, 3 different shelves. I'll probably try and make it and then insert it. And I'll probably do the top down screws here and then I don't know, this is kind of small for putting a screw in there without it splitting. I could pre-drill a hole and maybe make a screw in there, or I just put a block underneath it. That might be easier because this stuff is kind of thick. I could put a block under there, but I don't really like those blocks when you put them under a shelf, because if you put something in there, right, a bottle or whatever, then it hits the block part. Messes it up. At the same time, I don't want to split the wood. What do you got going there? Oh, feeding fish. So I'll make that little shelf in there. Once that's all put together, I'm gonna go ahead and varnish it, and I'll worry about the paint after I varnish it. I figured I'm gonna do it that way. You can paint on top of varnish. I might have to maybe draw the design and then sand that a little bit before I paint it, like within the design, but leave the other part still shiny. Well, that'd be cool, huh? So yeah. And of course that looks simple, right? Put that one thing there, cut those, looks like a couple of cuts, some wood, a couple of screws, and it'll be done. No, I can guarantee that's not going to be that way. I'm going to wind up here, it's going to be not the right thing, I'm going to have to make another cut or whatever, that's going to like that, the screw's not going to work, it's going to be a nightmare. But when I'm done, it'll be pretty cool, I think. Yeah. Hey, one of the other things, when we came back from, we drove back from Bangkok, or I should say our Bali trip, and you always stop on the side of the road. And we stopped on the side of the road and get a couple of kites. So when they say go fly a kite in Thailand, it literally means go fly a kite so that you can scare away the birds. And they're pretty cheap. How much were these kites? 150 baht for one? 150 baht for one bird kite. And that's for you folks that are doing the math. That's $4 or something. $4 or $5. Which if I think about it, in Thailand, it's kind of pricey. Yeah, we think. So the idea is that, you know, this guy right here will scare the birds away. Normally they're in the rice field. Big old, ouch. big old tall piece of bamboo and a string hanging off the end, and just teeter back and forth there in the rice field. But I'm gonna try to put one right there at the end, coming over, you know, between the trees, right over where my dummy is over there, and then maybe another one, hell, right here or something. I did get to one of them's green. One of them's green. But you know, where'd this other one go? The tail. Yeah. There you go. In Bali, I wanted to get a kite in Bali, but I could only see him when you drive by. We just didn't stop, didn't have time or something. But they kind of use it for the same thing in Bali, but they would make some giant ones, man, like 5 meters long. They're and totally intricate, you know, because they had like pirate ship ones and all kinds of other stuff. It was pretty cool, man. Which reminds me that, you know, I could probably make a kite. I could probably do that, right? I can be Uncle Craig the kite maker. I mean, I can't, you know, we always made them, right, when you were young, right? At a newspaper, even. And later out of a trash bag. Well, for now, I need to take some measurements. Need to get my skill saw. Cut these where they should be. This one actually is I'm gonna need to rip this actually, because this, even though it's narrow down there and higher up here, even the narrow part I think is too big for this. So I gotta cut it down to this length, width I should say. So I gotta rip it, which means I'm probably gonna have to, I can't hold it because I don't have those. Well, I might be able to rig up something with my vise or with my clamps and clamp it to something so I can get the skill saw in there and cut that piece off of there. And then cut them small ones and see if I can't get it going. All right, well, let me get that going and I'll get back at you. Yeah, that ought to do it. A little bit wide right here because it's, you know, been worn or something. But that's still a problem. I just gotta cut the little ones. Okay, remember what I said when I was like, oh, just do this, it's simple, it's never that, but it's not that simple. Well, I forgot about the fact that I have these. So, hello. Yeah. So, what to do about that? I guess the only thing to do about that is to, you know, make this smaller. I could notch it out, but that would look stupid. Or I could. These are nailed already, so if I ripped it out, I put it on this side, but I don't want to do that. I think I'm going to have to regroup on that one. Well, let's see what I figured out. Wow. Well, I figured out that yeah, I had to basically, I had to shave off like a whole piece. That I just looked at the width, you know, about how the fattest piece I had here, and then I tried to cut off at least that much of it so that I could set it here, and it worked. But then when I cut those pieces for the shelves, I realized that, oh shoot, the shelves stick out as well, so I had to cut off like that much of each of the shelves to get it in there. But that's what I got so far. And now I think really what I just need to do is to I'm gonna, you know, varnish it and stain it. And I think I am gonna put a little bit of that red in there. I just clipped myself chasing the dogs off the property. Dogs were chasing the cats. I got the neighbors' dogs. They already learned not to come here, but then they had puppies. Yeah. So the puppies are like juveniles right now, you know, starting to venture out on their own. And they're coming in 2s and 3s, coming right down the road, man. And see the cat, and they start running after them like, yeah, cat. Little do they know that my cats could probably rip their face off, because they're teenage puppies, right? They're big enough to go out on their own, but they're small enough to still get their butt kicked by either other dogs, or in this case, bigger cats. Anyway, let's see what I got. I think I can do it. I don't know if I can do it before the video ends, but if I can, we'll take a shot. And if not, we'll get back at you. As soon as I go tomorrow to Global, get that mirror, see if I can't figure out how to secure it on the back. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's gonna be easy. I'll just put the mirror right there and lock it on the corners, and yeah, just like today. No, that wasn't. Oh no, you gotta do that. Yeah. And of course, you know, I don't have, and I've always said this, I don't have proper shops and stuff. You saw me, I had my clamping it to the cement edge of the patio to try and get a cut. You should have saw the other cuts I was making by hand, but I don't want to show those, so just in case, you know, I lost my whole finger or my thigh or something. But you know, I got it done, and it's gonna be looking pretty good. Yeah. All right, man. Let's see if I can't get to it. And if I can't, well, thanks for watching. Keep watching, and I'll get back at you. More, you know, on the mirror box here on the tat bar. Well, the only thing left to do really is to varnish it, right? I think I'm gonna varnish. Maybe I'll add a little bit of that red stain to it. Let's see how it looks. All right, man. I'm gonna get that set up and get back at you. All righty. Well, it's already kind of getting dark out. It's already, the lights come on already, so that's 7:30. I don't know. But anyway, check it out, man. Boom. How's it look? Boom, there's the shelves. That's the thing it's leaning up again. The mirror's gonna be behind there. Yeah. Wait a minute. Anyway, yep, door's all set. So yeah, buddy. Yeah. Whoa, I think it looks better like that. And I actually wound up putting the shelves on the left. Before I was showing, I think it was on the right. But the way it's gonna be inside the bathroom, the walls on this side, I'll just put that stuff on that side. Yeah, all right, man. Well, tomorrow, off to Global to see if I can find the mirror that'll fit the box, and see if I can't put it on there.
securely before it drops off and breaks the mirror. But got bit by a mosquito on my ankle bone. I did not get to fix the toilet, although I did push the stopper down and cleaned it up and stuff. So that'll probably be all right. And I didn't get to find the bamboo for my birds, but I will. And I also noticed that on hellacious wind actually the last 2 days, or since we got back, but also when we were gone, that's what knocked over my scarecrow over there. But on my A-frame, if y'all remember, I had screwed the stuff down and secured it finally and got it all that. Well, the top, I did have to undo the wire that was holding the top, but that was holding it because the sides were not screwed down. So the sides were screwed down, so I thought it'd be all right. Anyway, yeah, the cap is laying on the ground over there. It got blowed off, so I got to get up there and secure that again. All right, man. I think that was a lot for one day. So again, thanks for watching. And keep watching this channel, man. And subscribe and like if you haven't done that already. Just for kicks and giggles, you know. And I'll get back at you. More fidgeting here on the Thai Farm.